Hey folks, Dr. Rob Jones here. If you've been watching my previous videos, you should be really good at almost diagnosing yourself with, again, either flexion intolerance, which is the first step leading to a disc bulge, where you've been bending too much and you've been putting that pressure on that disc and it's migrating backwards. You're sitting, you're getting that aching pain. You're bending over, you're getting that aching pain. But when you get out of those postures, it goes away. Again, that's typically flexion intolerance. You get through those improper movements, do the proper movements, and that should go away. You can refer back to that video where you do a little bit of bear, a little bit of bird dog, strengthen it up, learn how to hip hinge, learn how to do the proper bends. We get over that. Now, the next progression is we're into disc bulges and then maybe even a herniation. Okay, these situations are a little bit more intense, okay? You're gonna get some pain, coughing, and sneezing. And again, you go back to the previous video in my office there, we'll show all those symptoms. We got pain migrating down the leg, really intense pain sitting, can't bend over, hard to put your clothes on. So we know through what I've talked about before and science that if you're doing a lot of forward bending, if you're doing backbreaker stretches to bend over and touch your toes, or if you're doing crunches and sit-ups and Russian twists and burpees, you're flexing your spine. I have patients every day that do these exercises and break their discs down. If you have those symptoms, this is my first go-to. What I want you to do is I want you to get down on your stomach and I want you to rest just like this. Now, what we're doing here is we're starting to put the spine back into that nice lordosis, even further past where it is when we stand. And we're creating a hydraulic pressure to pull the disc back in that direction. Because if you refer back to previous videos, when we bend, we squeeze the front of the disc like a tube of toothpaste and we push it straight back. So now we get into this position and we start putting it back to where it should be. Now, my patients will often complain of some pain when they first get in this position. It bites a little bit and it may even ramp up some pain down your leg. Now, the reason that is you're starting to squeeze that disc mechanically. So we're gonna hang out here for a couple of minutes until it starts to subside, okay? Now, once it subsides, we're gonna go into a full extension. We're gonna go up, blow your breath out, let everything relax, and come back down. Now, I have patients that'll go really quick and say, oh, Dr. Rob, it's not working, because you wanna cadence it. 1, 2, 3. Relax, no tension anywhere, don't squeeze your butt, and then back down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Relax. 1, 2, 3. Now what I want you to do is, after you feel like you've started to loosen up, I want you to go back to your elbows and hang out here for another couple of minutes. When the pain gets better, when the pain in your leg starts to come up and move out of your leg and get into your back, that's a good sign. That means there's less pressure on the nerve and it's not going to go down as far down your leg. The more the disc is out pushing on the nerve, the further down your leg it's going to go, okay? So again, pain is a little bit better. Let's go up and do our extensions again. And like me, my hips are a little stiff. I can't keep them on the ground. So it doesn't matter if they come up a little bit. Let's just try to get your arms straight. Blow your breath out and then come back down. Again, some discomfort and a little bite here is normal, but as you continue to go, this should get a lot better. The pain should start migrating out of your leg and start coming up to here, okay? Now, after a couple of rounds of that, when you feel like your pain has subsided and you're ready to get up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go very safely into a quadruped. We don't wanna round the spine ever transitioning out of this because that disc will push back. Now, before we stand up, we're gonna go into what we call a bear. So we're gonna drop the spine down as far as we can. We're gonna bring it up just a little bit. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're gonna come up on the toes. We're gonna push the knees to the side just slightly. And from this position, we're just gonna try to let the spine relax here. And basically what this is doing is it's putting that spine into a nice lordosis. The disc is gonna start dropping in and then the muscles will cease to be in spasm. So we're gonna do about 3 or 4 reps of this. If you're strong enough, hold it for about 10 seconds. If you're not strong enough, a couple of seconds is fine. And again, I can take disc patients that are in a ton of pain, put them in this position, and they'll go, oh, this feels much better. So we do a few reps of this until you feel like your pain is as good as you can get it. If you're still in a bunch of pain, go back to the ground and repeat the extensions. Now, when we're ready to get up, we don't want to negate what we just did by rounding the spine to get up. We're going to bulge that disc back out. So what we're going to do to get up is we're going to walk the hands back. We're going to go into full genuflect or hip movement to come forward. Whatever leg is strongest, we're going to go into a lunge. And actually, if you have a little sciatica down, say your right leg, keep it down, because if you come up here, it's going to pull the sciatic nerve a little bit, and that may cause some irritation. So right-sided sciatica, let's go left leg forward, let's stand up. Okay, now what we want to do is from a loaded position, we want to do a little bit more extension to drive that disc back in. So we're going to put the thumbs right here on those little dimples, the PSIS, which are those bones right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to lean back. We're going to go back as far as we can without falling. Try to pick a spot on the ceiling behind you, and then come back. And again, it's the same cadence. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now again, excuse me, it's about your pain, it's not about sets and reps. So if you do 10 and you feel better, then you're probably done. If you do 15 and you're still in pain, you probably need to keep going. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to check how we feel going side to side. Now, I had a patient today that had a right-sided disc bulge. We did the moves on the ground, we did the standing extensions, she got better. When I had her lean this way, she went, oh, and she got a bite. What that is just like this guy right here, her disc is kind of pushed out to the side a little bit. So when she came this way, it pinched that disc. We need to push that disc back in from a side perspective, okay? So what we're gonna do is one of two things. We're gonna put the hand on the hip. We're not gonna move the upper body. We're just gonna do what we call a side glide. We're gonna push like this. It's gonna close the spine down from this side and drive the disc in. So we're gonna push, 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 and then come back. Push, 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 and then come back. Again, as many sets and reps as it takes for that pain to calm down. If that's not good enough as far as the range of motion, you can actually go up to a wall like this, put your shoulder up against the wall, go about 45 degrees out, hand on your hip, and we're gonna push, 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 push. And a little bite here and even a little pain down your leg is normal, but what should happen is that pain should start to migrate north. The pain in your back should start to subside. And as you do enough of these, you should kind of go, oh man, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And then it starts getting better, starts getting better, starts getting better. Once the pain is as low as you can get it, you're gonna step off. You're gonna do a couple more of these, and then you're gonna assess how you feel. If you come back over here and there's no pain, you're basically done. If you come back over here and there's pain again, then you want to do another round. Now, if you go here and the pain's pinching on the left side and you have some sciatica down the side, then you're just going in the reverse direction. You're going to go this way and you're going to put your right arm to the wall and do your side glides this way. But remember, if you don't have pain going this way, but you have pain this way, and you push the disc in from here, don't do it on the other side. It's only on the side where you bend towards. Okay, that's important to remember. Now that you're out of pain, what I want you to do is I want you to get up out of your house, in your house, wherever, and I want you to go for a walk. Okay, when you're walking, your spine is in that nice lordosis, and that disc will start to migrate back. Try to move around, try to walk as much as you can. If your pain comes back, you repeat that exact same process. And again, always look for the cause of the problem, which is too much bending, the backbreaker type of core work, the backbreaker type of stretches. Take those out, okay? Now, remember that you have to move properly to make sure this doesn't come back. You just did great work to push the disc back in. So now we're going to incorporate hip hinging. We're going to incorporate golfer's bending to make sure it doesn't come back. We can do this if you're in a lot of pain. I tell my patients every 30 minutes to every hour we can do this. We don't want to do it first thing in the morning because discs are a little bit more plump. So if you wake up at 7, don't start doing this till about 8 or 8:30, 9 o'clock. You can do it every hour throughout the day, okay? And as you feel better, you can do a little bit less. Now refer to some of my other videos on really the safe ways to work your core so you can get stronger and get out of this and get hardier and healthier. And then refer to previous videos on the way to stretch because you're going to feel a little bit tight. But for now, let's get out of pain with these exercises. Let's move properly. Let's get to feeling better. And then let's not be disc pain patients anymore. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope this is helpful to you. Again, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. We'll get you the latest information if you do subscribe. And most importantly, don't forget to protect your back.